Homecoming happened. I did not finish the entire show. I was able to watch a bunch of clips, and I thought it was actually really well done. Of course, you got the people. Some people they were omitted from being mentioned or shown, and they had their own 2 cents about it. But something that I did feel that was compelling was with the NXT TNA partnership. You know, we have a lot of a lot of current TNA wrestlers that were NXT talents, because I think that also kind of made the partnership kind of smooth because we're familiar with them. A lot of the TNA superstars, because they were in NXT, but under different names. But a lot of running thread through the night was a lot of the former wrestlers that wrestled in NXT throwing their 2 cents in about how they weren't invited or how there was no TNA inclusion from there. And they talked about their time in NXT. And then we had the Grayson Waller effect. And Grayson Waller, he puts out there that Obafemi and Trick Williams
title for title next
week. And basically TNA superstars lost it. And we have that match, and we have everything is kind of set up for an invasion angle. Now, me and you, we held the 2001 invasion angle. It was bad, but we know what's wrong with it, but we still enjoy it and hold it
for what it
was. Our hearts. So for you, what are your thoughts on an invasion angle with TNA and NXT, a full-on invasion angle, and what do you predict can happen in fantasy booking?
I'm always here for it because, immediately, obviously, they're building to, I guess, No Mercy, and Grayson Waller advertised as champion versus champion, and the winner is going to defend both titles against the artist formerly known as Ricky Starks. So I'm sitting there, I was like, okay, well, you already know, there's got to be a wonky finish. But 10 minutes after, I'm actually watching the show first time in months, watching NXT live, and I'm scrolling. I do see a couple. I saw Mustafa Ali's tweet, saw Mike Santana's, and then they're showing the tweets on the show, and then Ava's talking about her phone going off. So I'm guessing there's going to be a no finish. It's two WWE guys facing each other. You're going to get a bunch of NXT guys run up in, or a bunch of TNA guys run up in, ruin the match. I'm assuming a no finish. And then if they got room on the card for No Mercy, maybe maybe, I don't know, 5-on-5, we're going to get some type of action between it. But I look forward to it. It's exciting, and it's making NXT definitely much more must-see for me.
Yeah, so something I wanted to talk about, because I think this is an invasion angle that can actually be done really well.
Should be.
Because
there's going to be the egos, per se.
Well, also when I hit on about how people from in TNA had time in NXT, so one of the big things with the original alliance angle was the defections. So there could be kind of a trust issue within both locker rooms, but mainly the TNA locker room. I don't think anything's going to happen as far as NXT versus TNA at No Mercy. I think they'll actually build to their own. Go ahead.
You could also say in the NXT locker room, what if Trick wants to lead? He's the champion.
True.
What if he turns on NXT and says, you know what? I already had you could argue he's had a better TNA championship run than he had with either of his 2 reigns as NXT champion.
Oh yeah, I agree. Trick has been really good. But as I was saying,
I think he's the greatest TNA champion of all time. It's the rumor going around.
Yeah, as I was saying, you could have the trust issues going on, and I think they'll just have their own solidified show for that, not No Mercy or whatever. But I do think they'll also end in DQ next week. I think we'll get an invasion, and the Trick and Obafemi will just get destroyed by TNA wrestlers. And something that I think is actually going to be a great turn, because I do think we're going to get a big turn, because we already know. I'm pretty sure NXT is going to end up on top of this, but I think the turn we're actually going to get is going to shock the world. I think Joe Hendry will turn, because Joe Hendry has benefited the most out of this partnership. He was in the Royal Rumble match.
Turn on TNA?
On TNA to join NXT.
So, question, because you didn't watch the episode. I'm confused. He still is working for TNA, right?
Yes, he is still a TNA wrestler. Yes.
So if you haven't seen it, you got to watch the segment with him and Bobby Roode. They make it sound like he's at TNA, like he's NXT right now. So I watched it. I was like, I thought he still has time on his contract, but I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't watch weekly, so I'm assuming I missed something.
Yeah, he is still a TNA wrestler. And like I said, he's benefited the most. He's been on WWE TV the most. He's been at WrestleMania. He's at the Royal Rumble. He's been on the NXT PLEs defending the TNA title. He'll be the perfect person to actually turn heel in the situation because he was fighting for TNA the entire time. And he could even make the argument WWE has treated me better than TNA ever has. So I think that's something that I should look out for. But I do think we'll kind of get some inaugural brawl or huge 10-man tag team match. And then you'll get Joe Hendry turn on whoever the big guy in TNA is. That's Survivor.
I would hope, and reminiscent to 01 Invasion, the first big turn has to be somebody going for TNA, my opinion, because we still haven't had a TNA wrestler with NXT gold. We've had 2 NXT guys with TNA gold. So you need that crazy swerve, and it's going to have to be somebody going that direction, I think, my opinion.
Oh God, I gotta get out this group text. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's like really well can be done really well because we even got familiar faces in TNA that we haven't seen on NXT TV yet. We still haven't got the inspiration on NXT TV yet since they've returned. Mustafa Ali hasn't been on NXT TV since he's returned to TNA as well. So I'm interested to see.
It's because they retired the Cruiserweight title.
Well, we can bring the X Division title. We'll see. Because he is the X Division champion, so we'll see. And I said also
he won it back again.
I believe he never lost. Did he lose it?
Mustafa Ali.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Leon Slater's the X Division champion. You know what? I'm thinking he's a champion because I was looking for
Moose has had the belt. I think like Moose had the belt for a minute too. I think.
Yeah, he lost to Leon Slater at Slammiversary. I was just looking at pictures from my thumbnails today, and it was Mustafa Ali as the X Division champion. But yeah, I'm interested to see what we get from here.